So it's midweek football in the Premier League as we approach towards the end or towards the last phase, the running of the English Premier League. The games are coming thick and fast. Now we have another midweek game from in the Premier League, and some games will be very, very tricky as well. So we are going to be starting with the Chelsea's game. Yes, Chelsea will be hosting Leeds United at home. Arsenal will be going away at Brentford. Liverpool, who lost sadly to Manchester City, would be going also to play against Sunderland away from home, which is a tricky tie. So a lot of tricky ties in this week Premier League, and we're going to be previewing each and every game today in this English Premier League game. Sorry, the video will be coming out a little bit late, but this Premier League fixture came fast at me, hit me so fast because we just finished weekend football, and now a day later, 24, 28 hours, 30 hours later, we are already in starting another fixture. So the first game will be Chelsea against Leeds United. For Chelsea, brilliant run of form, brilliant result, 4 games, or I would say 5 games in the Premier League back-to-back, 4 games rather in the Premier League back-to-back victories under this new coach, which is a very, very good one. The last win was away at Wolves. After the win, the first one from Brentford, like that, Crystal Palace, West Ham. Now they went away to Wolves and they won that game. Now for Wolves, you will believe that they are a relegation bound team. They are a team that is bound to go back to the relegation. So obviously they would lose that game against Chelsea. But obviously Chelsea had it easy. Cole Palmer with the first half hat-trick, brilliant performance from Chelsea in that game. But the second half did not tell the story of how the results went. The second half, Wolves were better, or a better side than Chelsea in the second half. Now, the player like Reece James, who was not present in that game, would obviously be coming back into this game. And Chelsea needs to do one thing: win Leeds, because this Leeds team was the team that defeated Chelsea. They defeated Chelsea away from home. Those are one of the results that had a lasting impact against Maresca, in which he was sacked. Chelsea lost that game. And it was a very, very poor result for Chelsea, going away at Leeds United. That was the game that Leeds United started having that momentum. The next game they drew against Liverpool at home and the rest. And also Manchester United followed through like that. So I think this game will be a very tricky tie. Like I said, this week will be a week of tricky ties, tricky fixtures. It will be very difficult on the field, but not on paper. Now, Chelsea needs to win this game. Very, very important. Chelsea needs to win this game. Now, will Leeds United be easy? I don't think so. Calvert-Lewin is scoring goals. Aronson is doing well. Kamada is doing good as well. They had some very good players in that team as well who could actually hold Chelsea. Gonto and the rest. Very good players. But Chelsea playing at home, confidence building side. The team has won consecutive games at home, which is a very good one. Look at the game against West Ham, in which Chelsea came back into the game and won the game. So that is another confidence booster for Chelsea. Cole Palmer is started scoring again with a hat-trick against Wolves. The team is doing well again. Estevao is back from his trip, from Brazil. So I think this is a very good opportunity for Chelsea to pick up another victory against West Ham. My prediction for this game is a win for Chelsea. Now, and that depends on the score. My prediction for this game, Chelsea against Leeds United, is Chelsea 3, Leeds United 1. Now to the next game, Everton against Bournemouth. For Everton, they are a very, very tricky side. See, this Everton side, I don't like predicting them. When you expect them to win, they lose. When you expect them to lose, they win. But they are a very compact side defensively, both home and away. You cannot predict when they lose games. You cannot predict when they win games. So it's a very, very tricky one for them. Now they'll be playing against Bournemouth. A Bournemouth side that have not been in the best of form. But the last away game was against Wolves, but they won that game, which is a very good one. They drew against Brighton, drew against Chelsea, right? Drew against Chelsea 2-2. Then they lost against Brentford away from home. So I would say in their last 3 games they've won 1, and that was against the bottom half side. Now is that a I would say a sign or a signal? It's going to be tough. In fact, this game gave me so much hard time that I had 3 scores. First score is Everton 1, Bournemouth 2. Second score that I think would happen in this game is Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Then the third score I think would happen in this game is a 1-1 draw. You see how confused I am? Now I have to narrow it down to 1-0 or 2-1 victory for Bournemouth. It's going to be very, very tough at this point. But my prediction is Everton 1, Bournemouth 2. Now to the next game, Tottenham Hotspur against Newcastle. For Tottenham Hotspur, the last home game was a draw against Manchester City, in which they came back into the game and they picked up a point through Solanke 2 goals. Also, they will be without their captain, without their defender. That will be a very big blow for Tottenham Hotspur. Now they're playing against a Newcastle side that has not been in the best of form away from home. A loss against Liverpool, a draw against Wolves, they won against Burnley, a loss against Manchester United, a loss against Sunderland. So it's been series of losses over and over and over again for Newcastle. In fact, they have been a very worst side, away from home. But for this Newcastle side, Solanke needs to step up. Odobad needs to step up. They have lots of players in that team that needs to step up and start scoring goals and start doing well. Xavi Simons needs to impact the team more, not playing too much side passes and sideways. Do they have the defensive capability to hold back this Sunderland, this Newcastle side who are very attacking as well? But they will be without Anthony Gordon. That is a plus for Tottenham Hotspur because Newcastle will be without their talisman. Now, my prediction for this game is going to be a close one. The first leg ended in a 2-2 draw. I think this game is going to end in a draw. Yeah, my prediction for this game is a draw. Now, it now depends on 1-1 or 2-2. Something tells me this game is going to end in a 2-2 draw. But let's be safe. My prediction for this game is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Newcastle 1. Now to the next game, West Ham against Manchester United. When you talk about West Ham against Man U, the first thing that comes to your head is that United strand guy needs to cut his hair. Now, according to Carrick, that would not be in the team talk, right? So I understand that fact. But Manchester United has been on an incredible run of form, winning games back to back, 4 games right now on the bounce. Even the game against Arsenal, which was a good one, the first away game for Michael Carrick. Now, they conceded, but it was a very good win against Arsenal. Now, the likes of Mbemo is scoring. The likes of Sesko is scoring. The likes of Cunha is impacting the game. Bruno Fernandes, brilliant player under this new coach. Making assists, scoring goals, detecting the play. Look at Kobe Mainoo. Look at Casemiro. Every player in that Manchester United team have stepped up. Even the defense, the likes of Maguire have stepped up. The likes of Martinez, they're a wall right now in that defense. See, they have a standing 11 right now at this point, and every player knows their job. Every player knows what they're supposed to do, and they get late goals. Sesko comes into the game and scores. See, you could see that the team has the synergy right now. Things are working well for Manchester United. Now they will be going away to play West Ham. Another West Ham side that has already also rejuvenated. If you look at their form, you'll be surprised because these guys have won 4 games in their last 5 games in all competition. So I think they are also in a better run of form as well. In fact, their last game, they kept a clean sheet away from home against Burnley. They gave Chelsea a hard time as well. At home, they won Sunderland 3 goals to 1. So I think they are beginning to find their feet, and I obviously think that they will not relegate. Look at the players they've brought in. Pablo, Castellanos, Traore. Look at those players that have brought in from this January transfer window. It is having an impact already in the team. Bringing Disasi already in defense after not playing for 6 months, coming into the side and also, keeping a clean sheet, which is a good one. They've not kept a clean sheet since August. So what are we saying? That is a good one for them. Now, I think it's going to be close and it's going to be tough. Let me give you a tip. West Ham will score, Manchester United will score. If you want to be on the safe side. Now, I have 3 scores in my mind. West Ham would play 3 scores now. I want to give you the 3 options. West Ham 1, Manchester United 2. I also have another prediction, which is West Ham 2, Manchester United 3, or Manchester United 3, West Ham 1. But based on the fact that it's going to be close, and Manchester United have conceded 2 goals in the last couple of games, Somerville is scoring goals. My prediction for this game is West Ham 2, Manchester United 3. I really want to say 2-1 Manchester United win. In fact, Manchester United will win, but it will be a 1 goal difference. But something tells me 2-1 Manchester United. But let's stick with the 2-3. West Ham 2. My prediction, West Ham 2, Manchester United 3. Now to the next game, Aston Villa against Brighton. For Aston Villa, they've dropped form drastically. They've gone from second position to third position now. It's not a good one. For Brighton, they sit 14th on the log, which as their form has been not the best. It has just been like this. They lost their last game against Fulham away from home. And also they drew against Manchester City away from home also. Now they are playing against Aston Villa. The Aston Villa side has been beaten at home 2 consecutive times, 1-0, 1-0, Everton and Brentford. That's a big worry. But can they afford to lose at home again? I don't think so. They are playing against the Brighton side that is not consistent. Mitoma, Yassin, these guys are not affecting the team. Welbeck, I'm not getting anything from those guys anymore these days. So I think Aston Villa should actually pick up themselves. Now, it's a win or draw to be on the safe side for Aston Villa. 2 predictions in mind. Aston Villa 2-1 or Brighton or Aston Villa 1-1 draw. My prediction for this game is Aston Villa 2, Brighton 1. Now to the next game, Crystal Palace against Burnley. For Crystal Palace, inconsistent team. They've only won 1 in their last 6 or 7 games. While for Burnley, is very poor. They've only won 1 also in their last 5 games, draw 2, lost 2. Now, they lost at home in their last game. In fact, their away form has been poor as well. But they pick up a draw against Liverpool. They also picked up a draw against Bournemouth. Those are the only points they've picked up away from home, apart from the 3-2 victory they won against Wolves. Now, they were playing against a Crystal Palace side that has to pick up themselves. They've lost. In fact, they've not won at home in the last 3 games. That's how bad. 4 games rather. That's how bad it is for Crystal Palace. But I think they will win this one because this is against the Burnley side. Yes, Burnley will pose so much threat, but let's see what happens. So apologies, we got a little bit of lighthouse that is being fixed currently. So my prediction for this game, Crystal Palace against Burnley. Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 0. Now to the next game, Manchester City against Fulham. For Manchester City, the game they played against Liverpool was a very, very tough one. They picked up a victory, which is a good one. The last game before then was a 2-0 victory at home against Wolves. Before then was a 1-1 draw against Brighton. Now they're going to play against Fulham. A Fulham side that has been giving teams headache. They give Manchester United headache. They won against Burnley away from home. Also 3-2. They lost against Leeds United. But I think, remember that first game ended 5-4. 5-4 victory for Manchester City. That game, 9 goals in that game, in the first leg, which was a very tough one. Manchester City second, Fulham 10th. Tough game. But guess what? This game has favored Manchester City every time. Now, in the last 5 games, Manchester City has won 5. Manchester City are in a better form, won 4 in the last 5 games in all competition than Fulham. Now, Fulham have lost 3 games in their last 5. I think that game against Liverpool gives this Manchester City side the momentum. I see Haaland coming into the side, picking up a form against Liverpool. I think he's going to score in this game. I see the Semenyo and the other guys, doing well, doing better at home in front of their fans. Pep Guardiola would want to continue on this run of form, pick up that victory, and get closer to, 2 hours now at the top of the log. So I think this game will be very close. Fulham lost their last game at home against Everton, 2-1. My prediction for this game is 2 scores. Manchester City 3-1 and Manchester City 2-1. So both teams will score. My prediction for this game is Manchester City 3, Fulham 1. Now to the next game, Nottingham Forest against Wolves. For Nottingham Forest, tricky team, tricky side. When you expect them to win, they lose. But I think at home they are a more comfortable side than playing away from home. Now they play against a Wolves side that in the last couple of games they've gotten something away from home. Against Manchester United and against Wolves, they got a draw away from home, which is a good one. Now they lost the last game against Chelsea, obviously. The previous one against Manchester City, obviously. Now they are playing against Nottingham Forest. I think this game will be very close. My prediction for this game would be Nottingham Forest 1, Wolves 1. Now to the next game, Sunderland against Liverpool. The first game ended in a 1-1 draw. It was a very close one. Sunderland 9th on the table, Liverpool 6th on the table. Now, Liverpool are not in the best of form right now, and they will want to fight and pick up a victory in this game. But Sunderland are remain unbeaten at home. That is one leverage they still have in that team. So it's going to be very close. I think Liverpool are not going to agree to be easily beaten by Sunderland, and Sunderland would not want to lose their home record, because at home they're a different side entirely. They lost their last match against to Arsenal, while Liverpool lost their home game against Manchester City. So this game will be very, 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 very close. I think these fixtures has not really favored Sunderland. In fact, they've not won in the last 5 in this fixture. But let's see what Brian Bobby will do. Let's see what Xhaka and the rest would actually come up with in this team. Isidore and the rest, guys. I think both teams will score, but Liverpool will not lose. My prediction for this game is Sunderland against Liverpool. Sunderland 1, Liverpool 1. My prediction for this game is a draw. Sunderland 1, Liverpool 1. Now, to the next game, Brentford against Arsenal. Brentford, they are a very good team at home. That's the last game that will be on a Monday. Brentford are a very good team at home. They cannot be easily beaten at home. But in the last couple of games, they've lost at home, which is not a good one. Against Nottingham Forest, they lost at home 2-1. Against Manchester City, they lost at home 1-0. Now, they were playing against an Arsenal side, who the last time they played away from home kept a clean sheet. But can you keep Thiago silent? That's the problem. Can you keep Shad silent? Can you keep Damsgaard silent? I don't think so. Playing at home, look at the last game that Brentford played. It was a 3-2 victory, for Brentford away at Newcastle. Now, Arsenal won 3 goals at home. The previous game was a 4-0 away win at Leeds. Yes, they've kept back-to-back clean sheets. But can they do it against Brentford? Yes, of course. Arsenal has everything. Arsenal has the potential to do it. But the Brentford side that started the season on a very good vein of form is not the same Brentford side that we have now. So Arsenal needs to be very careful of this Brentford side, because trust me, I don't know why I see Arsenal having a difficult game and also conceding. My prediction for this game is 2 scores. Brentford 1, Arsenal 2. Also, Brentford 1, Arsenal 3. So my prediction for this game is Brentford 1, Arsenal 2. Let me know what you think concerning these predictions. Bet responsibly. Join my Telegram channel. We are doing amazing things in my Telegram channel. We are winning games back to back since on Friday when I set it up. And the link will be in the description or in the comment section. So do well to join my Telegram channel. Remember, betting is not, or predictions rather, is not always 100% correct and right. But my predictions are very good, of course. So feel free to edit the game. Feel free to play safe option. Feel free to play goals, whichever one. It must possibly not be goal or a correct score. So feel free to do whatever pleases you. Let me know what you think concerning this game. Share your own predictions also in the comment section. Don't forget to follow this page. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share this video. So I come your way again next time. Don't forget to comment. Stay cool. Cheers.